Alright, this is checkpoint 1, okay, on page 213 of your note-taking guide. What we're going to do is do this problem. Now my suggestion is you do it ahead of time to see if it's correct. So I would pause the video if you haven't already done this. But let's go ahead. Now we know that a squared is equal to 49 since that comes first. So we know a is equal to 7 because we're going to take the square root of both sides. So a is equal to 7. Now it's underneath the x, so our vertices, I'll just write it over here, our vertices is going to be 7, 0, and negative 7, 0. Okay, now we'll go ahead and come up with this as well. So for this, what we'll do is we know that c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Alright, so therefore 49 plus 9 gives us 58. So c squared is equal to 58. Now for this particular problem, this part we actually need to come up with what c is equal to. So c is equal to square root of 58. So for this, it's going to lie on the same axis. So what we'll have is square root of 58, 0, and negative square root of 58, and 0. Now, the only other thing we need to do is come up with an asymptote. Now, for that we need a and b. Now, remember that the equation of our asymptote, well, you can either memorize the a's over the b or the b over a, depending on if it's vertical or horizontal, or just remember that it's got to be your y over your x. So it's rise over run. So we're going to have 3 over 7 because we know that b squared is equal to 9. Take the square root, and so b is 3, and it's underneath the y, so it's comes first. So it's going to be plus or minus 3 over 7x. So that's the properties or the things we had to come up with. Now to graph it, we'll go over here and we'll come a is going to be plus or minus 7 for our a value. So it's 2, 4, 6. It'll be basically halfway in that box. 2, 4, 6, halfway in this box for our a. Now our b is going to be 3, so we'll go halfway here and here. So now we're going to draw our little box in. So for this one, alright, and so actually I'm going to undo those. Alright, and so no, actually we're on 3. Not I drew that point wrong. Alright, let's redraw that point. Our point should be at 3, not 1, so 3 will be down here. Alright, and so then now we draw a little box in. Now our little box is just a guide to help us to put everything else in the right spots. So that's our box. Now I'm going to draw in the asymptotes here. So we'll, oh, that's a little off. Let's go on a dashed line. So that's one asymptote, and that's the other asymptote. Okay, now we have to draw in our hyperbolas coming from the vertex. So that's one branch, and this is the other branch. Okay, and so that's our graphing our hyperbola.